Foundation. The Foundation is a collection of pure professional wrestlers that are willing to fight to reclaim our rightful place at the top of this company and this industry. So we, the Foundation, have made it our mission to purify this company, division by division. So when we, the Foundation, collect every single title that this company has, only then will honor truly be restored.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? That doesn't make us the bad guy either. Because all we want to do is restore honor to this great company. But you know what? It shouldn't be too hard. Because we are the 4 greatest wrestlers in the world. I mean, Gresham, Rhett Titus, Tracy, and myself. In fact, Rhett, you can take that mask off now.
Whoa. Not yet, Rhett. See, why would you show this face now? Why show the world a face that they haven't given a damn about for 15 long years? Why go down the same path again and again, the same path that has led to underappreciation, being sidelined? No, see, we're not here to go back to normal. We're here to create a new normal. We're here to create change, and that change is just beginning, so the time to take this off will come. Agreed?
Agreed.
You are the Foundation, and we will rebuild, brick by brick.
Welcome, everyone, to Ring of Honor Week by Week. I'm Ian Riccaboni, substituting for Quinn McKay, who's been given the week off after a brutal attack last week by the Allure. The heinous branding by Angelina Love and Mandy Leon has led to fines and suspensions. Ring of Honor officials have noted the Allure has been indefinitely suspended, and the fines levied were not only because of their inexcusable conduct, but also to ensure Quinn's safety. Get well soon, Quinn. We're off and running with a new era of honor, and on the latest edition of Ring of Honor TV, we saw 2 men who have a strong history with one another go to war. Shane Taylor was able to defeat Kenny King in a fantastic, hard-hitting match. This win elevated Shane Taylor into the ROH World Title rankings, and Quinn McKay was able to get comments from Taylor immediately following that match. Let's go to those right now.
I'm Quinn McKay, backstage at Ring of Honor. We just watched former Ring of Honor television champion Shane Taylor take over Kenny King. And Shane, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the first time that you have defeated Kenny King in one-on-one matchup. And if that's the case, this very squarely puts you in the title picture.
In the climate that we're in, the lesser of 2 evils seems to be the choice people have. Ring of Honor, you had Kenny King or Shane Taylor walking out of this. Neither one did you really want to ascend, but you messed up. Because finally, I got Kenny King off my back, and now with a world championship opportunity already in my pocket, I'm lining up a second one. That means sooner or later, that world championship comes to STP. More importantly, it comes to Shane T, boy. The baddest champion you've ever seen, boy.
Also on the latest edition of ROH TV, we saw the Soldiers of Savagery square off with former 11-time ROH World Tag Team Champions Mark and Jay Briscoe in tag team action. Although they came up on the losing end, SOS was able to stand toe-to-toe with the Briscoes and impressed fans and officials alike. We know that the Briscoes have a future tag team title shot in their back pocket as they head to a rematch with the tag team champions Gresham and Lethal, scheduled for last April. That never took place due to the pandemic, but right now it seems like Jay's full attention is on EC3. Let's hear what the Briscoes had to say following the tag team bout.
I'm Quinn McKay, backstage at Ring of Honor. We just saw the Briscoes redeem themselves after your 6-man loss against Shane Taylor Promotions. EC3 was on your 6-man, and this time he was looking a little bored on commentary.
Hey Quinn, let me. I need both of y'all to stop worrying about EC3. We just scored a excellent tag team victory. Tag team action, that's the name of the game. Stay focused.
You right, but
Jonathan Gresham, Jay Lethal, we coming for them titles, baby.
But what's he doing, EC3? Why are you standing in the aisleway after the match, man? Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, what's he doing down there? Like, why he gotta stand right in the middle of the aisleway?
That's my question.
He looked like he lost to me, man.
He looked like he might got a
I don't know
problem.
why you worry about it.
He looked like he might got a problem. So right here, right now, I'm laying down the challenge. EC3, me versus you next week.
Come on, man. Focus, man.
I am focused. I just got to get him out the way.
All right. Damn, man.
Challenge issued and challenge accepted. This weekend on ROH TV, you will see Jay Briscoe, former two-time Ring of Honor World Champion, go one-on-one with EC3, who's held world championships in other organizations. Two former world champions going one-on-one. That's the kind of action you can expect on Ring of Honor television. In fact, let's go to comments from EC3 right now.
There should be no misconception of why I am here. Jay Briscoe, please, have no preconceived notions of why I am here. I am simply here to see if honor is real. Jay, I expected to fight you. Hell, you could say it was part of my plan, a plan to find if honor is real. But Jay Briscoe, you and I, we're very similar. We both have had very long undefeated streaks. We have both been faces of our franchise, top guys, respectively. But Jay Briscoe, honestly, I envy you. Because when I was misguided and blindly chasing bright lights and paychecks, you stayed here in Ring of Honor every day, and you fought, you brawled, and you bled. For that reason, you have my respect. But respect and honor are synonymous. Ring of Honor's institution does not incite me so much as intrigues me, because though you fight, you have a code of honor. When we step into that ring, I will extend my hand. I will adhere to the code of honor. And will you reciprocate? Will you show me if honor is real? Jay Briscoe, do you have what's in you to control your narrative? Not only control your narrative, but control your emotions, your anger, your rage, your resentment. Do you have what is in you to show me honor is real? If you don't, you have been warned.
Also on the next episode of ROH TV, we will see The Trend, Matt Taven, make his return to Ring of Honor action to face Righteous member Bateman in a grudge match that goes way beyond climbing the championship ranks. Let's take a closer look at that huge match right now.
Matt Taven, what's it like living your life as a coward? You went from the main event, Madison Square Garden, in gold, to living life with a yellow stripe down your back. You attacked a man from behind. I know what you're thinking. Final battle, right? That was your out. You should have taken that and gone off to die like a gut-torn rabbit in the thicket.
You say you're righteous, but I truly believe you have no idea what that word actually means. Your new trend is one of avoidance. Because you know you'll never be Matt Taven. You know you'll never get out of my shadow, and I know you like to say man a lot, but that's exactly what you are not.
The thing about Vincent is he's at the top of the mountain, man, speaking thunder.
You are avoiding what's coming to you, and you have left lasting scars on my body that reminds me that vengeance is coming. And revenge truly is forever.
I'm telling you, Matt, you don't want Vincent. You want me. A much, much nicer guy.
So if I have to go through this big Melvin Bateman to get to you, so be it. But Vinny, karma comes for everyone. And that's a trend I'm looking to continue. Because he is I, and I am him, and I'm Matt Taven.
That's not all for this weekend's ROH TV, as we have a jam-packed episode with 3 huge matches. The third match we will see is a pure rules contest between the franchise Jay Lethal and the Human Rocket LSG. Having broken into the Monster Factory with LSG in 2013, I know what Lethal means to LSG. And in fact, let's take a closer look at what this match means to both athletes.
My name is Leon St. Giovanni, but you can call me LSG. As a kid, I loved pro wrestling. I was a baseball player. I played baseball my whole life. But for some reason, I just decided to check out this thing called Ring of Honor Wrestling. It happened to be in my hometown, Edison, New Jersey. I was, I think, 15 years old. I had never been to an independent wrestling show, and my mind was completely blown. These athletes were just incredible. It was like nothing I had ever seen before. So when Jay Lethal came out to the ring and they announced him from Elizabeth, New Jersey, I thought that was pretty cool. I think he was the only local guy on the event. And it kind of inspired me as a kid who just thought he was gonna go to school and just get a regular job and live a normal life, that maybe there's something else out there. Maybe this is something I could do with my life. So Jay Lethal, he was the example. And I see myself following that path that he was on. I've been wrestling for about 10 years now. I got my start at the world famous Monster Factory. For me, baseball helped tremendously. From footwork to discipline to being coachable. All of these things I took from baseball, from my experience, I took that to pro wrestling, and that helped me tremendously. And after a few years, I made my way to the Ring of Honor dojo. A lot of it was on-the-job training. I was never a tag team wrestler, and I was thrown into a tag team. I was with Shaheem Ali at Coast to Coast, and we were learning out there in front of thousands of people, wrestling some of the best teams in the world. You know, guys like War Machine, the Young Bucks, Motor City Machine Guns. And I was afforded that opportunity to wrestle with the best in the world. We didn't have a great 2019. I'd say it was a complete failure. Took a major step backwards. But I've taken this time to reevaluate myself and think about all the things I've learned from those guys in the past. And now, I'm in the position they were in. I'm not just a kid anymore. I'm not just a young boy. I'm on a different level now. Anybody who wants to come to Ring of Honor, any new guy that wants to come to Ring of Honor, they need to prove themselves to guys like me. So Jay, we've crossed paths before. I've teamed with Shaheem against you and Gresham. It didn't go as planned for us. But now, things are different. I've spent the last 15 years watching you. And now, I'm bigger, faster, stronger, and most importantly, I'm smarter. I'm taking everything I've ever seen you do, and I will use it against you. I've never competed in a pure rules match before. You've got to take into account all the rules with the rope breaks and the time limit. It's something I've never had to deal with before in a Ring of Honor ring, but don't let that fool you. I'm a student of the game, and this time away, I've been training even harder, working on my grappling, working on my submissions. I knew I had to be prepared because at any moment's notice, I might get that call again. And I got that call. I'm wrestling you. This might be just another match for you. But this match means everything to me. Not just now in 2020, but the kid back in 2005 who was watching you. This match means everything to me. It's time to prove, not only to you, but to myself, that I could hang with the best in the world. The boy who wanted to be you is now the man who's going to beat you.
So when I think about the Ring of Honor Pure Title Tournament, it's a little bittersweet for me. Because although it didn't go exactly how I wanted it to, it kind of did. The goal set out in that whole Pure Title Tournament was accomplished. We sought out to find the purest of pure athletes, guys who have traveled the world honing their skill. We found out who the best man was, and that's Jonathan Gresham. And I got no qualms about it. I lost to Tracy Williams, but I lost to the better man that night. I'm not sad to admit it. I'm not ashamed. Guys need to step up and stand up. If you've been defeated by the better man, you say it, because that's what happened. And I don't mind standing next to like-minded individuals. Guys like Jonathan Gresham, guys like Tracy Williams. All these men that I align myself with, they all have the same vision I do. And we want to clean up Ring of Honor. We want to bring structure and order back to Ring of Honor. We're not the only ones. It just will take a while to find those brave enough to say it. One of the main goals of the foundation is to search far and wide for those who have put in their hard work, those who have put in their time, those who have honed their craft, traveling the world, becoming better wrestlers. Those people need to be rewarded, which is why I've requested this match against LSG. LSG has traveled the world, he's owned his craft, he's trying to become a better wrestler, and it's time for him to be rewarded. And you know what, LSG, he's young, he's quick, he's fast, But the most importantly, he's hungry. You know, I remember being in that same spot that you're in, LSG, just chomping at the bit, waiting for someone just to give me the opportunity to prove that I could go with the greatest wrestlers in the world. For me, that was done by a man named Samoa Joe. Took me under his wing when I was in your exact same boat. Well, now I return that favor, LSG. Now I give a gift to you. You are getting the greatest wrestler in the world, one-on-one, so that you can prove that you can hang with the greatest wrestlers out there. But unfortunately, nothing is free in this world. In our match, LSG, get ready to pay for it. Get ready to pay for this free gift.
Our goal in Ring of Honor is to bring you the highest quality matches every week on ROH TV. And the same can be said about our upcoming pay-per-view. On Friday, December 18th, Ring of Honor Wrestling presents Final Battle. More information will be released over the upcoming weeks here on Week by Week and ROHWrestling.com. And saying we're excited about this event is a huge, huge understatement. Of course, you can relive past Final Battles right now 24/7 on Honor Club. You can also go back and watch the greatest tournament of 2020 and see the Octopus, Jonathan Gresham, be crowned the undisputed Pure Champion. I would also like to say that there's a former Pure Champion with his eyes on Gresham and the Pure Rules matches in general. We will find out who that is very, very soon on ROH TV. While we are on the topic of the Pure Wrestling style, we also still have 2 different official Pure Tournament t-shirts commemorating the historic tournament in the ROH Pro Shop. Go get yours before they're all gone. As you know, our weekly schedule of content delivery continues and will never stop. The Bouncers are the most recent guests on the ROH podcast hosted by Kevin Eck. Malonis and the Bruiser talk about their long journeys to ROH and overcoming the stigma of their body type. Being trained by wrestling legends like Harley Race and Killer Kowalski, the person in ROH who was instrumental in them becoming a tag team, Malonis working with John Cena and Vince McMahon on an independent show, and so much more. In the new series called Technique Tuesdays with Joe Hendry, Joe breaks down the techniques you see on Ring of Honor TV. This week, he looks at the moves and maneuvers that propelled Jonathan Gresham to Pure Championship victory. Check out Breaking Down Jonathan Gresham's huge Pure Championship win over on our YouTube page. Also on YouTube, go inside the ROH bubble. We give fans the opportunity to see how it is done as we have been conducting our events inside of a bubble protocol, designed to keep our roster and crew safe. I passed my time with some snacks, some energy drinks, some video games. Jay Lethal, on the other hand, had a little bit tougher of a time. Lethal! The Nature Boy Ric Flair is the subject of our latest Old School In Session podcast. ROH Director of Operations and former WCW, NWA, and AWA promoter Gary Juster shares stories of his long association with the Nature Boy, which began in 1984, when he booked Ric Flair to defend the NWA World's Heavyweight title against former champion Jack Briscoe in Baltimore. To submit a question for Juster, send a tweet using hashtag AskGary.
Let me hear it.
Woo! You've seen some of the videos posted on our YouTube page from Australian star Kellyanne. Now, let's go to a brand new video titled Kellyanne and the Idioms.
Last time we saw our hero, she was brooding over being a superstar within a fraternity where every other member had the same high opinion of themselves, coming to the conclusion that in order to be different from her compatriots, she would need to be the same.
Look, I know it's been a while, but Google told me good things come to those who wait. Less is more, and too many cooks spoil the broth. You know what else it said? A watched pot never boils.
You see what happened there, kid? Google got you in a metaphorical wrist lock.
I don't know about Google's idioms, but I do know something about wrist locks.
A wrist lock is about control. He who controls the wrist controls the match. But you know what I hate? When you get them in the wrist lock and you finally get control and they look away. You know what else I hate? Middle management. Every wrist lock I put on is a direct blow to middle management. Because who needs bureaucracy when you got a pair of docs for stomping?
Well, thank you, Kellyanne. Last time I was in the week-by-week chair, we brought you inside the mind of a Ring of Honor commentator. We talked a lot about my father, how he influenced me, and how his band in the late 1970s in the Lehigh Valley opened up for groups like Head East, like Derringer, and Todd Rundgren. And that's where I got a lot of my musical influence. This time around, let's talk about my brother. From a young age, I'm talking 3-4 years old, I was hearing NWA, Cypress Hill, Naughty by Nature, because my brother was a huge rap fan. And the artist that spoke to me the most as a child, whose lyrics and words you'll hear sometimes in my commentary, was LL Cool J. While you'll never see me in a Kangol hat, I really don't think I could pull that off, you may hear the words of LL Cool J in my commentary, including Shane Taylor matches, where Shane Taylor rocks the bells of his opponent, and where I throw in a little Mama Said Knock You Out every now and again. While Shane Taylor makes teeth fly, let's move things to a teeth enthusiast. I want to take a moment to sincerely congratulate and thank and say I'm so happy for Danhausen, who's been offered an ROH contract. You may have seen on Halloween that Danhausen released a video celebrating his ROH contract, and him finally being hired after all these months of campaigning is such a relief. But we would like to clarify that the contract is executed only if Danhausen can win an ROH match in the year 2020. The clock is ticking. Good luck, Danhausen. Well, that is all for this week. Remember that this weekend's ROH TV has 3 huge matches, and all roads lead to Final Battle, as contenders for championships are arising and feuds are escalating. Join us for our hashtag ROH Watch Party every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. You can find me on social media at Ian Riccaboni. And happy birthday, Zach. I can't believe you're 4 years old, buddy. I love you, and I'll see you soon. For the entire ROH crew, happy wrestling, everybody. We'll see you this weekend on ROH Television.
In Ring of Honor Wrestling, the path to Final Battle begins as each warrior strives to carve their place in history. Championship contenders will be decided. Rivalries will reach their breaking point. And in the end, every win matters. This week on ROH TV, EC3 battles Jay Briscoe. LSG faces Jay Lethal in a Pure Rules match. And Bateman fights Matt Taven.